My name is Adair. I am going to tell you the story of how a deed altar made my friends and I would feel fair, and from that day we were respectful with our ancestors. Once per year, during my 6 years that I was in elementary school, every year we held an altar concert to commemorate the Day of the Dead, which is celebrated the night of November 1 until dawn the next day. To promote tradition, the school organized an altar contest. Each group each year had to make an altar for the dead. The teachers always helped us to organize ourselves, something the parents also helped. A week before the Day of the Dead, during my 3 years of the primary school, we began to organize ourselves to make our altar. Everyone in my classroom was good friends. However, we were four inseparable friends: Sergio, the most handsome; Tomás, the happiest; Chuy, the smartest; and I, the best. During this year, we began to hear horror stories that we did not know before. My friend Sergio, who had two older brothers, told us stories of how the dead came to eat what they were giving as an offering on the altars. And if you ate something that was at the altar, very bad things can happen to you. At first we were laughing at these stories. We were amazed that the food lost its flavor after being at the altar. We were very excited and inspired by the making of the altar. After the challenging week of work, our altar was inspired and we were relieved by the result. The altar was amazing. We felt excited to win. My friend Thomas and Chuy decided to put a wine and tequila on the altar. We know that the tequila had a taste very strong, as well as the smell of wine, something very traditional in Mexican altars. This was the last thing we added to the altar one day before the Day of the Dead celebration. Normally, my friends and I were the first to arrive at school. We took the opportunity to play and have fun before starting class. So that morning of November 2nd, we were the first to arrive and the school was not open yet. We waited a moment and the superintendent arrived to give us access. The first thing we did was go to our altar to check if all those stories were true, and we were surprised to find the bottles of wine and tequila with less liquid than the day before. We were surprised. We thought someone might have taken both the bottles where they had closed. From that moment on, every time someone told a story about the Day of the Dead, we believed that it was something that could be real. I remember this is one of the most beautiful moments of the school year, since we all helped each other with the illusion of winning and making the most beautiful altar in the school. Starting this year, our stories became traditional among my friends at school, who each year had dark stories to tell. I remember very clearly the aroma of that altar.